There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. No, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the Name. Hey yo, what's going on? Right now you're watching Casino is the Name, and in this video I wanted to talk to you guys about a previous video that I did where I talked about the difference between accounting, finance, and economics degrees. And I just wanted to come back and try to make some things even clearer, because I see still a lot of confusion amongst students entering the field. I still get a lot of questions. I also received some hate from some economics majors. So I'm gonna try to do my best to clear up any kind of confusion that there may be. All right, so when we think about accounting is pretty much, let's say, in a way, it's the study of the past. Okay, so what came in, what was accounted for? You made $100,000 this year. Did you pay taxes on $100,000? You made $100,000 this year. What did you spend that $100,000 on? Did you have a budget kind of in place? Did you go outside that budget? Whatever. But it is basically the study of the past. We're looking at what already came in, and we're just trying to figure out, is it accounted for? Is everything that you spent, did it go to a certain place? All the inventory that you had come in, did it go to a certain place? Those type of things. Finance is, let's say, in my opinion, it's more so like the study of the present, right? So based on today's interest rates, you should pay this much, over time. If you continue based off of today, if you pay everything on time, you'll have paid this much in interest. Now, if you pay any extra, you're going to save, but we can't account for that, because what we can account for is based off of today's numbers, what you would pay in the future if you paid this loan off in a certain period of time. That's finance, okay? It's kind of like the study of the present. Economics in a way is like the study, from my opinion, okay? This is all my opinion, all right? But the way I think about it, I think about economics as the study of the future. But to study the future, you're going to need the past, you're going to need the present, and you're going to need to know what other things are emerging. You're going to have to really pay attention to a lot of things. Technology changes. If you see the past, and the past says, okay, based on this was what happened if this stays true. Then the future or the present tense is like, okay, well, today, these are the interest rates today. But to try to predict the future, you're going to have to study the past, the present, and you're going to have to see if anything will affect those. Because just because the past was the past, and just because today is like this, what's going to happen when some new technology enters the market? Like, is there a faster way to do something? Is there a natural disaster or something that could happen? So economics majors are kind of studying and trying to predict what's coming, trying to see around the corner, right? And so, if you were an accounting major and you're looking at basically just, hey, this is our budget, this is what was accounted for, and things like that, it can help you try to predict the future, but it's not going to give you a true representation. Just because you made $100,000 last year doesn't mean that you're going to make $100,000 this year. But if you do, if things stay constant, then that's that. If you go buy a home, and based off of where you are today in the present tense, and this is what the interest rate is right now, and it's at, let's say your interest rates were 7% at a period of time. Based on this interest rate, if you maintain this same loan for the next 30 years, you're going to pay this amount. And if you don't pay it off early, this is how much you're going to end up paying. But if you put some extra on it, it's going to be a little less. But it doesn't account for what's going to happen if the interest rates go down and you refinance, because it's only looking at the present. Now, economics is going to try to predict, okay, based off of historical datas and, the current times. These things have gone down 2% a year, every 5 years. So based on that, we're expecting people to be paying this much, but they're also going to take into account other things. I guess types of loans that are being taken out, and types of locations people are leaving, the age that people are retiring, the mindset of I guess the American people, or the people, or the country, or whatever. It's going to take into, are these people more prone to now rent than to buy? And so it's going to take into those kind of things, and it's going to try to make a guess as to where we will be down the line, and it's going to kind of do that. So that's why, because in a previous video I said that it is more likely for you to get a job based off of all the things that I know. I'm not saying that it's set in stone, but based off everything that I know, it is easier for you to get a job if you have an accounting degree than necessarily a finance degree or an economics degree. And though these degrees should be interchangeable, like, remember what I'm saying, they should be interchangeable, a lot of employers don't really understand finance degrees or economics degrees, what someone who has one of those degrees can actually do. Most employers don't seem to fully grasp, the concept of finance or economics, even though all 3 degrees should be interchangeable. Everybody seems to understand what an accounting degree is. And so because of that, even if it's a banking job, they will typically hire an accounting major, even though it's a banking job, because banking is traditionally a finance degree kind of thing. But because they understand what an accounting degree is, they will typically hire an accounting major. Someone who, like I said, if there's a position and it usually would have an economics person, they still will understand and possibly hire someone with an accounting degree. Stock market, everywhere, like you name it, for the state, for the federal government, whoever, if they are looking for someone to kind of do this economics kind of thing, they still respect and understand that an accounting major could be possibly interchanged. But a lot of times, and I'm telling you because I've seen this, I've seen accountant positions, and someone with an economics degree can't really go into that position because the employer doesn't really see them as an accountant, right? Same with a finance major. I've seen finance majors who had finance degrees. When I was finishing my bachelor's, they had finance degrees for 10 years, and they couldn't move into the positions that I moved into, and that was basically just because the employer didn't really see their degree as interchangeable. And so that was kind of that. So when I'm saying that, because I made a statement in my previous video saying that, they can all do each other's job, or an accounting major can do an economics major's job. I'm not saying that an accounting major predicts the future. I'm only saying that for employers, they usually will take an accounting major. I mean, because even with, if you predict the stocks, you're doing more than just what you went to college for. You had to learn some other stuff, and all of these degrees can pick up certifications or licenses in order to trade stocks or whatever else, or whatever. Like to be a CPA, all 3 of them can become CPAs. All 3 of them can get their series, whichever series that they need in order to sell life insurance, trade stock, or whatever. So you can develop that skill set in either one of these degrees. And so employers might, some hedge fund manager or whatever, some major stock exchange organization probably has some accounting people working there trading stocks. Of course, economics majors may be better equipped for doing that kind of thing. But I'm just saying that most employers, when just looking at the degrees as a whole, they don't know what to do with someone with an economics degree when they're not doing, I guess, like certain types of work. Like there's not a lot of, I haven't seen a lot of economics majors who are auditors or whatever, even though that's just a general role for an accountant, you know, and they can fit into that role. They should be able to at least, but employers don't really see them as such. So I just wanted to clear that up. Much love to finance majors and economics majors. I think those are great degrees. And, you know, I'm an accounting major. I'm an accountant. So, you know, I just wanted to clear that up because I had some people, you know, in my comment section in my previous video, and were saying things like, what do you mean accounting majors can do what an economics major can do? Can an accountant do this? And they went, so it's like all kind of, but that wasn't what I was really trying to say. I was saying that when you're in the job market, now when you're creating your own job, then fine, do whatever you need to do, right? You can, you know, whatever. But I was just talking about going from college into the job market. I'm just seeing more jobs for accounting majors than for the other two majors. Anyway, right now you're watching Casino Is the Name, man. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Hey, yo, what's going on? Right now you're watching Casino Is the Name, and I wanted to announce my first official live event. It's called the Fast Money Wealth Conference. It's going to be December 12th right here in Atlanta, Georgia. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a 2-day event. We're going to be talking about trucking, real estate, grant writing, and government contracts. We're also going to go out on location and actually walk through a property. The link to the event will be in the description below. Hey, yo, what's going on? Right now you're watching Casino Is the Name, and if you want to know how I started my trucking business, I have an ebook called Big Shot, Hot Shot Volume 1 on your trucking authority. The link is going to be in the description. It'll pretty much tell you everything from if the taxes to different types of trailers and all sorts of things. It's a great book, 5-star reviews. Link will be in the description. Go get it. Yeah.
Beat me up, Scotty. Beat me up, Scotty.
Me and her together, we just count it up. Money on my mind, I can't get enough. Don't play with my money, you don't want no beef. Cause I come from the bottom, I come from the street. When she first saw me, she said, who is that? When a man saw me, he called me a threat. I'm the one that really live, wanna rap. They ain't never did it, they ain't really trap. Say you want to be successful. Well, what's stopping you? Can't nothing stop you from being successful except for you. You standing in your own way. I came from the bottom. I ain't know nothing but the grind. You can't tell me nothing about that. I called the bus at Basin Street Projects in Tallahassee, Florida. You hear me? I used to think $1 million would last me my whole life. I'd have made that and spent that. $1 million ain't enough. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino Is the Name.